Hello everyone. In this session we are going to see how to handle the date pickers. In many sites, whenever we want to enter the date, an object something like this pops up. This is a calendar object or date picker object. Uh, Many times what happens is when we try to enter the details for the date section, the edit box, even if it pops up a date picker, edit box can take the input directly from the keyboard also, and in that case there is no need to worry about the complex code for automating the date picker. But in some cases, or I would say in most of the cases, for security reason, they don't allow us to enter the date right over here. Like in this case, I'm trying to enter the date through keyboard, but it is not accepting. So in all such cases, if I'm automating this side, it is mandatory to select a date from the date picker itself. So let us try to understand how it is made and how to automate this using Selenium. Also, let us understand the fact that not every date picker would be of same fashion. It is totally up to the developers who develop the calendar or date picker how to develop it. And with respect to the different websites, you will see the different date pickers and the code behind that. Also, if you see, the structure also will be different, but the fashion in which we are going to automate it today can be much similar for the other date pickers also. So let us try to understand one, and then it will be easy for you to automate the other date pickers also. Let me activate the Firebug and inspect somewhere on the date picker here. So no need to worry about all these right now. Let me just go to the parent object over here. Now this is the table who is the parent of this date picker. And if you go further, we want to find the super parent for this, and after a little inspection you can find the super parent of this, which is a division tag with class, and one of the classes over there is depart. This is important to find. Why? Is because if you observe, for both of the things, depart and return, there are same date pickers. Now in order to automate one date picker, like for example, I want to get the locators of this button. Now both of the date pickers have same button, exact same properties also. So in order to create a distinguish when we create the locators, in this case and in many cases, it's very important to find that super parent which distinguishes the two date pickers. So what I'm going to do is, for every object that I'm going to create for this date picker, I'm going to use this depart class as the parent, and from that I'm going to use the access relationship or the parent-child relationship to find out the date picker objects for this one. Okay, let us further dig into this. It all starts with this table, and there are different things over here. If you want to select the month, we can use this next button and it will just take us to the next month. Inside this table there are rows, and if you go inside a row there is table data, and inside the table data, this is something important and interesting we can use to select a date. Every table data has a date ID attribute which we can use. Also, if you go inside, there is an anchor tag, and in that you will see the exact text that you can see on the buttons. Okay, so many times we can use this text, but right now over here I think date ID can help us in selecting that particular date. Okay, now what we'll do is, let us first try to select a particular month in the date picker. For that, we will begin with first navigating to the site. Let me go to Eclipse. What I have already done is I have created a class, and in that uh, I'm setting the properties for Firefox Gecko driver and creating the instance of Firefox driver. Over here, let me go to this page, that is skyscanner.com. From there, the very first thing, an important thing, to be able to generate or pop up this date picker, we should click on this depart. So let me inspect that button. Sorry, that edit box there. It is input tag with one ID. We can use this CSS driver dot find element by CSS dot click. Okay, and just for visual purpose, let me add some thread dot sleep so that we can see when it gets executed. Like 2000 milliseconds, 2 seconds. Then I want to get the object, this particular object over here, and when I inspect that, as you can see, the CSS is normal, like it has a class, so we can use dot class, and it has two matching nodes. The first one is over here, and second one is from the another date picker which is currently hidden. And to avoid that, to make it generic, or sorry, to make it unique, we can start with this parent with div tag and depart class. So when we do that, div tag and depart class, in that we are looking for a button with dot next. So now you see there is just one matching node, and that is just this one which is inside the depart date picker. And you can go through the CSS selector session which you can refer on the previous videos. Over here we are starting with a parent, so this particular CSS refers to the parent over here, and space another CSS selector we are using for this particular button. So what happens is, if there is a space in between two tags, it finds the second tag which is inside the first tag. So over here we are getting the next button. So let me try to use this one to click on the next button, find element by CSS selector dot click. Now this particular line will click on the button over there. Before that, what I want to do is I want to inspect it once more just to make sure. Yeah, if you observe the text next over here, when you go to the next element, it kind of shows a space kind of thing here, and it might fail. It is not just next, but there is a space. So what I want to do is, instead of making it as dot next, I want to take it inside the contains method. So the way we use it is class asterisk or star equals to next, and when we use it in this fashion, then doesn't matter if it is just next or if it is next space, all it needs is next inside the class attribute. Okay, but we are going to click it right away. Let us take a string and month or expected month. Let us take expected month as January 2017, so that we can compare it with the one which we are selecting over there. All we need to do is keep on clicking this next button till it shows January 2017, because in the beginning it is going to show 2016, and then once we click next it is going to give us the next month. So to be able to do that, let us first get the current month. To get the current month, if you see this span over here, it gives us the current month. So when we are inspecting this, again there are two matching nodes. It's the current is the class and span. So for this also we can use the same approach, span dot current month, and let us begin with div tag with depart as one of the classes. Div tag and space. So now it gives us one matching node. So this is an object which can tell us what is the currently selected month. All we want to do is find out whether the currently selected month is the expected month or already. So if expected month dot equals to currently selected month. Now currently selected month, we can take it to another variable also here. Driver dot find element by CSS. This is the CSS for that, and get text will give us the text of this object. So this is the currently selected month. So expected month equals current month, then no need to do anything. If expected month is the currently selected month, then all we can do is display a message saying month is already selected. If not, if the current month is not already selected, then comes all the work that we want to do by clicking the next button and checking whether the currently selected month appear, the expected month appear over there or not. For that, let us take a for loop over here. Inside the for loop, just for an instance, let us see, we are going to iterate it for 12 times because there are 12 months, and it will not so often that it will not happen so often that we will have to select a month which is like 12 months or 13 months after today's date in the date picker. Okay, I plus plus. So just for reference, I'm taking a loop which will iterate 12 times, and in that, let us start by clicking on this button. So now it will click on the next button, and once it clicks on next button, let us give it some breathing time to change the month over there. So I'm going to use this thread.sleep for 1 second only, and after that let us try to retrieve the value of current month again. So this particular line, we're going to use it here. What we did, we are clicking on the next button and retrieving the value of current month again. So all I'm going to use is this particular thing again. So if expected month now becomes equal to the current month, then we can display a message month selected and break out of the loop because we do not need to select the next button again to go anywhere because we already got, and this particular code will select the actual month whatever we want over there. So let us try to execute this much of the code and see whether it selects the expected month, that is January 2017. Okay, so it has selected January 2017, and go back, and also it displays month selected. So it is able to successfully select the month over there. After it selects the month, next part is to select a specific date. So for this particular example, let us try to select the date as 30th of January 2017. And as we saw in the table and table body, if you go, there are different rows, and inside rows there are different table data from which we are going to retrieve. Now when I say 30th of January, I think I'm going to find it in the next row somewhere. Yeah, this is something which we are looking at. What we want to do is, whatever date we want to find out, we are going to take the collection of all the dates which are currently displayed over there. Once we get that, from that collection we are going to apply the for loop and pick up every single date and check whether the date ID of that date is equal to whatever we want. And not all the date pickers will have date ID, okay, but in that case what you can do is, instead of getting the date ID, you can get the text, because text must be there, always will, because it is displayed over here. So you can get the text also and match the text with the expected date text that you want to select. In this case we have the benefit of this date ID over here, which we can directly use and select a particular date. In case it is not there, we can simply use the text also in the same fashion. So what I'm going to do is, from the parent object over here, I'm going to treat this table body as parent. Okay, when I'm taking the cursor on that, you can see the table body got highlighted over there. From this table body, I'm going to take the collection of all the rows and all the table data, specifically table data tags, whatever are there. I'm going to take the collection of all those. From that collection, by applying for loop, I'm going to check the date ID of every date, and if it matches to the date ID of my date which I want to select, like in this case this one, right, 2017 0130, if it matches that date, I'm going to just click on that. So let us go back to Eclipse. In this section here, let me add some, just for visual, add some weight, and let us start by creating uh, the web element for parent. Equals to driver dot find element by, and let us create the locator for the parent. As I said, this table body is parent, and for that what we can do is, from this depart tag, from this depart, if you see the relationship, it is this table, or better to take this container body as the next class. So let us find a div tag with class container body, and then from that let us go to table and table body. So if you use in this fashion, what we are doing is, we are starting with the depart, then going to the container body, which is this particular element over here. From the container body, there is just one table in that, and also there is just one table body in that. So this can be an effective CSS selector over here. So by dot CSS selector, and this is the selector which we want to use. Now let us take a list object, list of web elements. I'm referring it as dates, which will pick up all the TD table datas inside this table body. all the TDs inside this table body. So date picker dot find elements by dot tag name, and tag name I'm referring here is TD. Now we can apply special for loop on the collection for each web element date in dates, for each web element in the collection of web elements. What we want to do, we want to get the that attribute was date ID, so get the value of date ID. We can use calendar date equals to date dot get attribute, and the name of the attribute is date ID, and we can use it as a string parameter. All we need to do is check into if condition if this cal date equals our expected date. So the expected date which we wanted was 2017 1 and 30. If it equals this particular date, then we just need to select the date by using click method, and once we select the date we can break out of the loop. Simple. Take the collection of all the table data tags, on that collection apply the for loop, get the, you can get the text, or if like in this case we are getting it through date ID attribute, get that value and just compare that text or that value with the expected date or the expected variable, whatever you have values with that, and click on that and break out of it. And at the end use driver dot quit. So let us have a look at the things what we have done in this program. We started with setting the property for Firefox Gecko driver, then we launched the instance of Firefox. We are going to this site. When we go there, we are clicking on the depart edit box there, which will pop up the date picker. This is the expected month which we want to select in the date picker. So we are first checking whether the currently selected month is the expected month. If it is, then we will not go ahead, we will not click on next button. But if it is not, then we will click on and keep on clicking on next button till whatever expected month is, we select that. After we select the month, then comes the part to select the particular date over there. In this case, we had the liberty with the date ID and that particular attribute was giving us the date. So what we did, we created a collection of all the table datas. On that collection we are applying the for loop, and on the every element from that for loop we are retrieving the value of date ID, and once that date ID equals to the expected date that we want to select over there, we are just clicking on that date and breaking out of the loop. So for visual, again let me add some more weight at the end so that before quitting the driver we can see the particular date actually got selected over there. Okay, so let us try to execute it. So it is selecting the month, it has selected the month, and it has selected the date also. So 1/30/17 was the date which we want to select. So this is the way, and this is something which we just added somewhere. So this is the way which we will use to automate the calendar or date picker. Also from interview point of view, it is important. Many times questions are asked on this in interview. Only challenge over here is every date picker will be different according to the way developers do that. The style of the date picker you will see will be different, but approach is more or less the same. We will have to find the parent of the date picker, then take the collection of all the table rows or table data. It might not be table also always, but whatever tags are there doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily those should be table or table data and table rows. But the fashion would be same. It will be a tree structure where you will see all the dates inside some list, and all you need to do is take the collection of that particular tag where your actual date lies, and once you get that collection, uh, find either some attribute which is giving you the date or some text which is giving you your date, and when you apply the for loop on that collection, uh, just find out the date by retrieving that value and click on it. Okay, so thank you so much everyone.